Hey, this is Nick, aka The Weiler, here for the Deadly Operative Grunt Show.
The Deadly Operative Grunt Show! Oh, yeah.
Alright, thank you for joining us today on the Deadly Operative Grunt Show. Today we're going to be talking about reboots and remakes, what we think about them. In dog watching, we're going to be talking about Logan, the new standalone X-Men movie. And in Dogs at Play, we're going to be talking about Ghost Recon Wildlands. The open beta is coming out for that. Actually, the day this comes out is when it starts, so we're going to be playing that and we're going to give you our thoughts on it. But first, as always, is our post-week news. Let's get pwned. Alright, it's kind of a short week today, but we're still going to give you it, because that's how it works. 7 Deadly Sins has their second season out. Sally Sipperman sat on a slippery slope. Sorry. I mean, come on. 7 Deadly Sins season. You didn't get that? I got that. Anyways, cut that all out. That was bullshit. I'm serious! Look at me! Cut it! So 7 Deadly Sins was a Netflix original anime, and actually it was really cool, and it had an interesting premise where the good guys were perceived as the bad guys, and yet somebody was still trying to go find them to help out. I really liked it. If you haven't watched it already, there's 2 seasons, so you can binge watch a good amount of it, and it just came out on Netflix, so you'll have plenty to watch, and I definitely recommend it. Then we have Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, is coming out on June 30th, and I am so psyched! Crash Bandicoot is my Mario, and he will always be my Mario. Everybody talks about how awesome Mario is, and yay! I don't want Mario Run, I want Crash Bandicoot Run, because Crash Bandicoot's awesome, and I can't wait for it. Anyways, so June 30th is going to come out. I'm super excited for it, and I can't wait to revisit this game as I remember it. Because you know when you revisit something, but if you played it on the PlayStation 1 and you're like, oh my god, this looks so bad. Now I'm going to be able to revisit it, but it's going to look gorgeous, and it's going to be like my mind tries to tell that nostalgic. It tries to tell you this is the way it really looked, but it didn't. It looked like boxes jumping around. You know it did. But anyways, so I'm super excited. Let us know. Are you a Crash Bandicoot fan? Let us know in the comments below. Then Pokemon Go had an update, and we have Kevin here to blabber on about it.
Alright, so this is what came out for Pokemon Go with the newest update. They added Gen 2. So that's 80 more Pokemon that's added to the game that we have the ability to catch, hatch in eggs, which is awesome. Because Gen 2, a lot of people, you know, Gen 1 is where they started, but Gen 2, it kind of is, that's where they got a little more creative with the characters, and they kind of spruced them up a little bit, made them a little more prettier, gave them more abilities. So that's cool that they actually added that to the game. And they slowly leaked it over the holiday season by originally coming out with eggs that would hatch baby Pokemon that were from Gen 2, and then finally just full on out releasing it. So it's kind of been entertaining. Other than just the Pokemon being added, they added new types of berries that make either them drop more candies, that makes them calm down a little bit more. Certain Pokemon evolve using specific items. So you have to get these items out of Pokestops. So my wife got a Dragon Scale, which we don't know what it evolves yet because we haven't yet to find out. But a lot of your Gen 1 Pokemon are getting that next evolution. So Scyther can now become a Scizor, or an Onix can become a Steelix, which everybody knows Onix is cool, but Steelix is badass. So with more Pokemon shit that we're going to talk about, they've cleaned up a lot of the images. They've kind of revamped the whole customization menus. They gave it a better aesthetic feel, but the game still runs, you know, as it did before. It's all about getting your eggs out, and catch them what you can. A lot of people focus on gems. I stepped away from the gem aspect, and I'm a collector. So my goal is to literally fill up that Pokedex. So they made that a lot better. They made it to where your lures have more time at, you know, different Pokestops. So that's also nice because now you have a higher rate of catching things. And overall, they revamped the game. I wouldn't say that they made it outstanding or that they improved it. They just gave it an addition. But as far as an addition, I feel that it did. I found myself drawing away from the game. Now I'm back playing it. I'm playing it pretty repetitiously, but I know after about a month I'm going to kind of slowly dim away once those really rare Pokemons are hard to get. So that's basically what they did for it. They just made it look better and added a few features. But that's basically all I have for Pokemon Go. If you're still playing the game, try to catch the new Pokemon. If you don't play the game, I don't blame you because Mario runs better. And I think Nintendo needs to step up the game. But that's it!
Alright, so that's all we have for you in the post-week news. Up next on Dogs at Play, we're going to be talking about Ghost Recon Wildlands. No! Hey, this is Nick from the Deadly Operative Grunts show, and when I want a place to go hang out, drink some beer, play some old school arcade games, I go to Spacebar Arcade in downtown Boise. Check them out, and don't forget to tell them that the Deadly Operative Grunts sent you. Alright, so we have Dogs at Play. We're going to be talking about Ghost Recon Wildlands. Here with me today is
Wicked Ninja 88, a.k.a. Kevin, the Coon Man. The Coon Dog Man.
Alrighty, so they just announced they're doing the open beta on February 23rd, so that's when this will debut. Yep. So give me a synopsis of what you think about Wildlands.
What do I not think about Wildlands is the real question. I am totally intrigued and just heart-pounding ready to get my hands on a controller, get a character, and start that behind the enemy lines warfare. Just all-out, big-ass battles and working as a team. I mean, the concept of the game, having a big open world, being able to... I think it said some 60 to 80 different vehicle choices are in the game. That's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, shit, a lot of freaking vehicles.
That's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
So, and then having the multiplayer aspect to where your team is actually working as a real fire team.
Yeah.
I mean, Division had that aspect, but they lost in it a couple ways. So here's their redemption here.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, if they can pull it off, it'll work out great. And I don't know how many different characters, I mean, your character's 100% customizable to you.
Yes, so yeah, I can make mine wear a ghillie suit.
Right.
Or I can make mine look like, Val Kilmer from Heat. Little ponytail.
Oh, yeah, I see.
No, I see exactly what you mean, and yeah, I didn't know the thing about the vehicles. That's a lot of freaking vehicles.
There's a lot.
And I think the thing that's the most intriguing about this, yeah, sure, it's an open world, and yeah, sure, Ubisoft does a lot of those, but what makes this so interesting is, taking on a situation the way you want to take it on. Mm-hmm. Now, it's Ghost Recon, so Ghost is in the title. You're supposed to be stealthy, and if you do decide to go loud, you have to be able to,
roll with the shit up.
Yeah, really. Yeah. You have to roll with the punches. You have to adapt. And there's actually, if you watch some of the footage, there's sometimes that
shit goes wrong.
Shit goes wrong, and they have to adapt to it. Yeah. Like they jump in a motorcycle and start chasing after the guy because they were supposed to, capture him. Yep. And so then it becomes about, well, we have to crash the vehicle, but not, explode it.
Yeah, exactly. And then their sniper was left way behind. So the whole compound's blowing up, and he's trying to escape it on a motorcycle. Right. So, I mean, it really did. When you look at it, the strategy aspect is going to be fantastic. Because on Division, there's times when we're going up against a purple guy or a yellow guy, you're taking them from the flank, and I'm like, all right, screw this. So I throw out my little decoy to kind of distract them, then I run around the back. Well, now you're going to have that chance with a whole bunch of people, and it's not so confined.
Right.
And it's, you're going to have that option, like, okay, we're going to have an Overwatch. We're going to have the recon going in behind everybody, which... When they showed that trailer, they did a good job showing what each person was doing to benefit the mission. Right. So I think that's it. The one major downfall that I'm worried about is online gameplay. If you have a good community, it works really good. But when you don't have communicators, it's so hard. And unfortunately, I mean, after playing years of online gaming, stuff where multiplaying is a huge factor, like Grand Theft Auto or For Honor, for example, where people aren't communicating, it really makes it difficult. So how are they going to balance that aspect out? Are you going to be able to just join in a lobby with like 20 people? Is it a lobby with just 5 people?
Well, I believe it's only 4 people, but then I do believe, at least from what they've kind of released, they do have like quick chat options. So I can, wherever my cursor is, I could be like, Ghost 2, move here. Ghost 2, covering fire. I do believe they have something like that. Like if you've ever played SOCOM, they had this whole wheel where you could just...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think it's something like that. I don't know how in-depth it is, but it might even be something like Battlefield 4. You could be like, go to point A, go to point B.
Right, so having that objective menu.
Right. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. Obviously... It's Ubisoft, so we know that they do good with like compounds and stuff like that, because we have Fallout 3, we have Fallout 4. Far Cry is what I meant. Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4.
Sometimes I just got to put my hand down there and help them right back up. Whoa, what's on your hands?
So, but they do really good with that, and even Far Cry 4, you could do it cooperatively.
Yeah, so the helicopter coming in, that was so cool.
So adding that, but then adding 2 more players is going to be cool. Now, here's the cool thing. I keep saying cool. Here's the really interesting thing.
It's because you're chill.
Yeah. You don't all have to do one thing.
No.
So you can actually go in like pairs of 2, and I can't remember, it might be either GameSpot or IGN. They were talking about how it's actually funner to do it 2 things at a time, because your mission that you're doing over here could have an effect on what's going on over here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And so you can take things off the map faster. So even though there's only 4 of you, does feel very open world, because it's not like here's mission 1, here's the area that you have to be in, go have fun. No, it's the entire map. It's the entire mission structure.
Have you seen their map?
Oh yeah. It's the entire mission structure. And me and you can split off, go over here, do this mission, while Doug and TJ goes off and does another mission, and then we meet up for a really hard one. So let's say we have just a little checkpoint. Yeah. So we take care of the checkpoints, and then we meet up to do an outpost.
Yeah.
So the big fortress, we all 4 try to take that on. But the way I see it in my head is we figure out who's the best at flying a helicopter, and they're the helicopter guy. We figure out who's the best at sniping, and he's up on a hill. Then we find out who's the best at stealth and close quarters, and we have him down there. We figure out, where's the hill that I can see most of everything. And
Yeah. With the map being as big as it is, I love Ubisoft because they know how to give you a detailed map.
Yeah.
They do good with that.
Yeah.
And when I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, they didn't just do okay, I'm in the Himalayas, or okay, I'm on an island. No, there's it looks like red rock lava area, there's snowy capped area, there's a beach area. So I mean it's all inclusive, and I think that's going to be great. When they did Far Cry Primal, I felt that they restricted themselves way too much in that game.
Yeah, and I think the bad thing that they did there is that they pretty much took the map from Far Cry 4, and they're just okay, this is what the map would look like 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, I could put it there, The only thing that made Far Cry Primal good was adding the fact that you can have hunting animals and riding animals, and then, of course, they're Easter eggs, because they've got to have them.
Yeah, right.
Having that facet. I'm wondering what type of Easter eggs we're going to get in Wildlands. Yeah. In comparison, because they've got they've always had a huge plethora of little trophies and items you can find.
Right.
But I'm interested to see what they do have. Are they going to throw a For Honor Easter egg in there?
Yeah.
Just a battle stuck in a tree or something.
That would be kind of cool.
I mean, it would be neat. But overall, Wildlands, it's proving to be pretty promising so far with what they have released.
Okay. And what would you say would be the biggest red flag, the thing you're worried about?
Again, just the multiplayer aspect. I'm worried, what type of connectivity it's going to have, how easy it is going to be to jump in and out, how easy it is going to be to sync up mission styles, stuff like that. again, going back to Division, you and I have gotten on Division, we're like, wait, what the hell mission are we on? What are we doing? Why are these all level 40?
Yeah, we always spend at least like 5 minutes just like, okay, I marked it on the map. Do you see it? You don't?
Not yet.
Okay, let me unmark it. I'm going to mark it again. Do you,
okay,
see it now?
I have something going this direction. No, that's the wrong
the wrong direction. This way, Kevin.
Wait. Okay, just updated. Wait, so we're going... Are we going to the base?
No, not the base. Yeah. So that's basically
literally.
Like, we spend 5 minutes doing that, and it's so frustrating. I have heard that it's supposed to be easier, but of course they can talk their ears off, and nobody ever knows.
It's like politicians. You never know what you're gonna get until they really get in that bitch.
So my biggest red flag is going to be the moment-to-moment gameplay.
Ooh, yeah, that
because taking over a compound and doing it absolutely flawlessly is going to be fun, but not 50 times later. So what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What are they going to do to make sure that this compound doesn't feel like the last compound? This mission where I capture a guy, I'm not going to capture another guy. I'm not going to... because
I don't want to do the same rescue mission in 5 different compounds.
Right. Because Destiny, love it or not, is a good game. It's a good technical game. Mm-hmm. It fires when you want it to fire. It feels good. You're double jumping. Everything feels right. But what got everybody down on it is the repetitious nature. Go over here, hold square. Go over here, hold square. 3 waves. Boss battle.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
You're in the shower, you need to get out. Stop rinsing and repeating.
Unfortunately, and that is true. And that's the one reason why I stepped away from Destiny is because I can't... I mean, I can grind on a game, but not... Do it! No, I can't...
Doing it gangsta style.
I mean, there's plenty of games that I've had, like, you know, monotonous grinding on them, but then there's it just was so off-putting because, like you said, it's go here, hold square, go here, hold square. I mean, literally, I could predict how the mission was going to go 3 missions before I ever even had to do the mission. I mean, it was that bad, and I can see that being an issue for Wildlands.
Yeah, and that's my biggest worry. And I mean, really, the only thing they really need to do to fix that is to have like 6 different types of missions and make sure they're kind of spread out, you know, because the number one thing, even now the Division doesn't do it as bad, but even Division does it where it's like you pretty much just go over here and you kill the yellow guy.
Go over here,
there's a
collect
second yellow guy who's a little harder, and there's a third yellow guy that's a little harder. And so, you know, like the thing I don't understand is how do game developers go into a big room of, let's say, like 50 guys, and they're like, okay, here's the first mission. You're going to go over here and grab this thing, and then you're going to go back and talk to the guy and get your experience. Okay, well, what's the second mission look like? You're going to go over here and grab 2 things, and then go back and talk to the guy.
So, wait, on the third one, do we go back to grabbing 1 thing?
No, 4.
Oh, shit!
So I'm going to be really loud. Thank you.
Sorry.
But how do you go into a meeting and you explain, this is how I want the story to play out? Yeah. How do you go in there and you don't see... I mean, maybe it's because they're too close to the project, but even then you have testers, you have betas, you have alphas, you have so many different people, so many different eyes on a project. How can nobody just go, guys... this is a little fetch questy. Can we maybe change it up a bit? You know, I don't understand the thought process. Especially my worst example lately has been How to Survive 2, pretty much being Fetch Quest Simulator 2017 is the way I put it. It's literally every single thing. You need to go grab this. You need to go grab this. Talk to this guy. And you know, most games pretty much boil down to you start somewhere, you have to end somewhere else, and in between there's going to be something, whether it's an enemy, whether it's something to hack. There's always going to be something in between A and B that makes you slow down, makes you think. That's just gaming in general. Mm-hmm. But it's the journey. You know, The Last of Us, one of the best games ever made. Literally, all you did is go from here to here, and then kill some stuff. Here to here, kill some stuff. But it was the context of that. It was how it made you feel.
It was the scenarios that they put you into that made it so fantastic, too. Because, I mean, even though it was go here to here to fight somebody, each time it wasn't the same type of warfare. I mean, it was different. Like, okay, sometimes you had to run more than you had to fight. Other times you had to fight more than you had to run. Yeah, sure.
Everything was a puzzle.
Yes.
It's like, how do I solve this puzzle physically?
Yeah, like, okay, I've been trying to go to the right for, 4 or 5 times and I keep dying. I try to go to the left, I die. I try to go down the middle, I die. What do I do? Well, maybe you got to circle around back, go behind the buildings, and hit them from that back side.
Right.
That's what's going to make Wildlands is just as important, is that it has to have that key factor.
Yeah.
You have to have multi-routes to get in and out of something.
Yeah, and I think that's why they made it open world. But then, yeah, if the objective is always going to be kill somebody or always going to be capture somebody, or let's say pick up some drugs and take it back, it's the same thing as capturing somebody. So it's like they can't just change the object that I'm picking up. It needs to change enough for me to... I mean, that's just the biggest red flag. I don't know. I don't want to beat this too much into the ground, especially since we haven't tried out the beta.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But yeah, I mean,
but it's speculation, and that's what makes us, I think wholehearted gamers, is because we're constantly looking out for things that we think the developers may miss, and I think that's an important factor to being a good judge, or when it comes down to whether you should purchase a game or not. So, I mean, you have to scrutinize your game, because if you don't, you're going to spend, and you're going to waste hundreds of dollars on things you don't need. I mean, the worst thing I ever did, because I went nostalgic on it. I remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, and then there was this huge pitch for 5.
You actually bought it?
Oh, I did.
Oh, my goodness.
I did, and without trying it or anything, I played it for a day. Returned. Full price. Yeah. And I got something way better. I don't even remember what I got, but it was way fucking better than that. It was bad.
It was bad.
It was way bad. And I mean, I grew up with Tony Hawk, and every one was always a new type of innovation. So that's what made it good. And then all of a sudden you get to this 5th one, and you're like, what the fuck did you do? Like, I feel like I got gang raped by a bunch of bums. It was terrible.
Terrible.
It was confusing.
Terrible.
I think there was a unicorn involved. I don't know. Lil Wayne is a playable character. That's how bad it is.
Hey, you don't want to lick the lollipop?
Not particularly.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess that is our views on Ghost Recon Wildlands. If you're on the PlayStation 4, make sure to look us up. Let's put the notations down at the bottom again. Wicked Ninja 88 and the Weiler. Look us up if you would like to have a really good team that communicates a lot. That's us.
Overly communication.
Like, sometimes it's just like...
There's a grass over here. It's blowing. Look out.
Look out. It might cut you. All right, so...
grass blade. Razor leaf. Y'all. Sorry.
So, just look us up if you'd like to play with us. The beta goes from the 23rd to the 27th. So it's the whole weekend.
Is it 27th?
I believe so. So it's through the whole weekend, and I can't wait to try it out. Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Next up, in dog watching, we're going to be talking about the new Logan.